Hello, hello. Welcome to Syndicate Trading Hub. And this is your favorite host, Louis Damson. And we are having a weekly market outlook from the 6th of um, October 2025, which is on a Monday, to the 10th of October, which is on a Friday, 2025. And this week is a very important week because the US economy was on a shutdown the previous week, and because of that, most of the news and the fundamentals that were supposed to release into the market to ascertain the direction of the market was being held back. So they are being released this week. So because of that, they are tentative news. And when you have something like that, you see that you may not know what it will hold. The market will be very volatile, and there'll be news on I think Wednesday there will be FMOC meeting on Wednesday. There will be NFP hourly wages, all those stuff, and we are supposed to be very cautious. So as I was saying, you have to be very careful with the kind of trading that you are trading this week because there will be a lot of volatility in the market. Okay. So as we are looking at the GBP, we are looking at the GBP USD, we saw that the price, was able to reject from what I said last week that there will be a resistance over here. The price may rise and there will be a resistance over here to cash price because of the PIMA over here. And it did exactly that. It's rejected, although the the pips were high, but it still got rejected. And I think twice, but the bulls were able to fight, and the market opened today with a gap down. Okay, the market gap down, but it has recovered. And when it happens like that, it shows you that a lot of stops have been taken down there. All right, a lot of people have been liquidated, that the people that held over the weekend and thinking that the market was going short because of this kind of movement, okay, they have been liquidated. And we may see this week that price may rally up to test the one point the 1.35159. Okay, that's we are likely to see price come to test this height. Okay, or the highs of last week. Okay, so this was the high of last week over here at around 1.35276. So price may easily come and test it. So we are looking at the high and lows, okay, of last week. We are looking at the high and lows of last week to see um how price will behave when it gets to that level. All right. So we are looking at the highs here. The price may play between the highs and the lows. All right, because there's a range that the market is supposed to play this week. All right, so market may play below the lows of Thursday, okay, that is around 1.33986 there. And the highs of Wednesday, all right, the high of Wednesday, that's around 1.35283. So price may go to test, and we may see if price will reject again to come and test the bottom of this range. All right. So that is it on GBP USD. So when you talk about NASDAQ too, we have NASDAQ is doing what it's doing best, okay? As I said, NASDAQ is a serious uptrend, okay? And as you can see, it came to test the eight moving average, right? And it shot up, okay? And we had on Friday, it came to sit on the H5 of on the previous month, the pivot, and it has actually rejected it. But we are hoping to see because um this month's target, okay, the intermediate or the target that is near us is around 25,128, okay, on Nasdaq. All right, so if price can get over the resistance of this week, which is 24,936, okay, if price can get over this, okay, and challenge is high at 24,989. All right, then you may see price entering into the 25,000 zone with it forming a new all-time high because every week price forms a new all-time high, okay, on Nasdaq. Okay, so last week there was a new all-time high. So as the price has rejected this H5, all right, there is a likelihood, okay, that price may reach there. But right now it's too early to say if price, because of the economic news that has not been released yet, which is the NFP, we don't know the direction of the market, like the serious the market is really in an uptrend. But whether we are going to get um some rejection over here, whether we are going to get some rejection over here, that we are waiting for on Friday to see what the what an NFP will bring, because that is a very serious thing. And a news that has been was supposed to release and it wasn't released is a very serious situation. So we are waiting to see what will happen. But if everything is being perfect, it may continue its price to 25,000 before maybe it can get rejected. Okay, but we are waiting to see between the 24,769, 24,765, which is the H5, and the 25,000. We are waiting to see what will happen. Okay, whether are you going to form when there's the release of the news, are we going to form in the first lower low because the market has been forming a higher high, higher low. Are we going to first see a lower low and a lower high to maybe start a trend down to come and test this zone over here? Okay, to get back on this year, the Nasdaq has been on a serious trending market, okay, and it just test it, when they test the PIMA, okay, it just moves up, and they tested it, okay, within last week, and the result was a push up to form a new high, and it got rejected a little, and it's trying to push. But as I can see, there's a little rejection today as I'm talking right now. There's a little rejection as the price was approaching the weekly resistance. But we are seeing if it will overcome it or it will succumb and come and test the 24,769. So we are we are keeping our fingers on it. We are seeing what will happen. But what we are saying that the Nasdaq is still on the bullish. There's still strength. Okay. So maybe it may rest a little, but it has not yet turned bearish. Okay. It's still bullish. So it will serve you best if you should be looking for bullish, unless maybe you are doing a counter trend trade, which you are entering for a short time to just sell a pullback or something. That is okay. But when you are going on a long term, like on a swing trade, you should be looking to see a pullback. But right now, where the market is, okay, we can say there is a pullback here because this Friday was a pullback. So you can be looking to get long to see if the price can get to 25,000, okay, and beyond for the rest of the year. So that's it for Nasdaq. So let's go to US oil. And as I said, US oil has always been in a downtrend. US oil is in a downtrend for the year. And as you have entered October, US oil is going to be bearish, maybe likely for the rest of the year. That's the speculation. But in the market, anything can happen. Okay, there can be a news that can shoot it, and all the analysis will be nothing. Okay, but from the analytical point of view, okay, there's a rejection here, a rejection here, here, here. All right. So we are hoping that the price may actually it can rise or it can reject from here straight, but it can rise to test the PIMA around 62, 63. Okay, around 62, $63 per barrel, and it may descend. So I said the target is around 56. Okay. First, we may have to get to 58, then 56 per barrel or below. Okay. So for the rest of the year. So we are entering into a bearish window on US oil, and we still stand by our um our analysis that US is very bearish, and it may remain so, okay, till the end of the year, okay. And even if you look at the PMI, it has turned bearish. Everything is looking bearish on it. So any rally may be an opportunity to sell the rips, okay. It will be an opportunity to sell the rips. So look out on for that on US oil. So let's look at gold. And on gold, we are still having what I was telling you last week. Okay, a little it will move and it will reaccumulate, move, and there's a reaccumulation and it's moving again. I was trying to sell a pullback last week and I I got stuck in it. Okay, so I woke up this morning and it has run my stops. Okay, but that's trading. Okay, trading you lose sometimes, but the market is generally bullish. So I actually knew that there are my stops will be run because of this kind of reaccumulation and push up, reaccumulation and push up. So when I didn't get myself immediately, which I successfully had on Thursday, but Friday I couldn't have it. So when I knew that my stop would be run because the market will push up on Monday, and it has done that. So we are looking to see how price will react at 3,978 per ounce, whether there will be a little pullback. Okay, but the target is 4,050. Okay, and gold may likely get there this week. Okay, may likely get there this week or probably next week we should be there. Okay, and we may see a range forming and gold may stay there for some. But this is one of the quick rally, 500 points. This is one of the quick rally that I've seen. The rest would sometimes took 3 months, but this is barely 1 month and it's already getting the 500 push up, and that is very tremendous on gold. There are a lot of things that are happening on it, and it looks like the dollar is not doing so well. So this is like a safe haven that people are pushing their money into to to guard against inflation and other volatilities in the market. So gold is still pushing, and we may see another sort of reaccumulation and it push up again. Okay, so as you can see, every Monday it pushes up. So this was a Monday, it pushed up and reaccumulated. Okay, this was also a Monday, it pushed up and reaccumulated for the rest of the week. So as it's pushing up, we may see another reaccumulation or possibly another high to come down, reaccumulate on top there. So we are likely to see a movement like that. So after today, you should be trying to fade the edges, okay, which I did successfully on Thursday, but I wasn't able to successfully do it on Friday. But that should be the trend until proven otherwise. Until proven otherwise. But gold is likely to get its target maybe this week or next week. So let's hope and keep our fingers crossed. So at a point in time, we are going to see price pull into the PIMA, okay, to test it. And when that happens, gold may form a range and you'll be trading within the ranges. All right. But right now it's still bullish, and don't try to, fade this market for a long time. Like you leave a trade for sell for 2 days. No, if you are selling, it should be very short. It should be a short pullback. But on the general trend, it's bullish. Okay, maybe when you get a good entry on a bullish side, maybe you can hold on to it for some time. Okay, until maybe you reach the 4,000. But until proven otherwise, gold is still bullish. All right, so let's look at Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is the pair that surprised me last week. Because last week I was saying that this trend, this kind of, it was forming the same reaction as this side, okay? And when that didn't happen, it got stopped on the way and it dropped down. So I wasn't quite believing in this kind of strength because it doesn't strength for me, but it surprised me. It actually, rallied to a new high, to a new all-time high, which was surprising for me because I was hoping to see a reaction like this, like what I'm pointing here. Okay, something like this, something like that, or probably something like this. Okay, should give me a strong indication that price will rally like this, but just did this small Shinigami, and it's just that's Bitcoin. It can do whatever it wants to do at any time. That's why a lot of people lose money on it. All right, so um, it did this and it failed. It came to do the same thing again, and this time out it was not even prominent like this. It was very shallow, but price rallied. Especially when you got this, okay, it rallied throughout the week, and Bitcoin has been, up, 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 up. It didn't look back. There was no pullback. It just slashed through the 120. Okay, and it's now. So right now, what we are waiting to see, for the meantime, we are waiting to see a pullback on the 120. Okay, if you can get a pullback on the 120 and a successful test on the 120, like something like what happened here on this test. Okay, if you this was a successful test, so if you can get something like this on 120, it may rally price to get to our target, which is at 140. Okay, and is easily possible for us to get, but Bitcoin can do something crazy. Okay, it can enter into the range and come and range before and deceive everybody. Most of the time, when you see a move like that, don't be in a hurry to join that is going on. Just take your time. Okay. Take your time for a proper pullback. Because Bitcoin is very deceptive and like the same way that it deceived people. Okay. Over here, you see, went to get this, came back, and then it was as if it was going to, do something. All that we got was a full pullback for several days, okay, several months, and tried that it's going and it came down again. So when it happens like that, you just know that it will pull back a little. When it happened here, you said I pulled back a little. Okay. So when there's a new all-time high, Bitcoin mostly pull back a little. So don't be in a rush to, buy because you're seeing that the market is going. Just take your time. It will pull back to a possible range around the 120s or even 117, and you may get a, a good buy the dip to push it to 140. So that's it on Bitcoin. It has assumed this bullish trend for now, and we are waiting for a pullback to buy the dip into 140, or maybe after it pulls back, it may range, maybe come down a little, and so we are waiting for a pullback. Okay, as I'm saying, so we are waiting for something like this, and sometimes they do this, come down, come and do something like that, then go back. Like Bitcoin can do that. Okay, it will not go straight to 140. It can also do that, but most of the time when it gets a new high, because it has formed a new all-time high here at 125, almost 126. Okay, so it may see some downward trend, sometimes fool around, shake out weak hands, and before it will move up. So we are still waiting to see what it has to do. But for the meantime, just take your time here. Okay, don't be in a rush to join because it has already moved. This is a serious movement. So people will be looking to take profit. Okay. Because if the price move here, I will not be stupid to wait for it to get to 140. I will take my money somewhere here. So there will be profit taking around here. There'll be short coverings, okay, over here. So you have to be very careful so that you don't give your money out to people who are now taking their profits, and your money will be used to pay the people. So take your time for the market to drop down a little before you join. So that's it. So on the weekly basis, Bitcoin is still very bullish. Okay. Bitcoin is very bullish. So even if you look at the weekly time frame, let's check the weekly time frame and see. So if you see on the weekly time frame, you can see that last week was very bullish. So this week we may have some sort of ranging because of the serious range movement over here. So we may have some ranging market maybe to pull down a little and it may range a little, okay, but maybe to the downside because there's a serious movement over here. It can also move and come and test the 127,000 and maybe move back. But all this Bitcoin will not move straight to 140. There will be a little rejection over here and there before it will. So always buy at value point. Okay. So 120,000, 127,000, 117, 112. Those are the points that when you get a reaction like this, okay, when you get a reaction like this, you should be looking to buy. Okay. And this was a very serious movement. It was a very serious movement, and that's how it is. Okay, so trade safe, and this week will be a very volatile week. So trade safe and always abide to strict risk management rules so that you don't liquidate yourself before the best days of the market come. All right. So Thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe to this channel so that you can receive more trading content, and the algorithm will push it to other people who may need insight like this to trade with. All right, so thank you very much and see you next week.